The WHO is going all over the world right now, and it's making a proposal to governments. And under this proposal, it would become the government, basically. The WHO, World Health Organization, would have more authority over the goings-on in these countries all over the world than the governments of these countries do, than the people of these countries do. As an unelected body, they would run your country. Now, they haven't earned the right to run your country. They just want to come in and take it with your agreement. And what gets me about the whole thing is politicians are actually debating it, as if there's any need to debate it. I mean, the way I look at it, it's like this. If a criminal comes to your door and he says, "Hello, Mr. So-and-so, I have a proposal for you. I'll tell you what it is, and if you're agreeable to it, then you can sign this contract I have here. And this would be a legally binding agreement between yourself and myself. And, so you'd be bound by it. And anyway, I'll tell you what the proposal is, and just, see what you think, that's all. Just see what you think of it. What I propose is that I be able to come into your house, and that I assume all authority in your house, that I become the head of your household. Basically what that means is that I make all rules for all occupants of your house. I make all financial decisions. I make decisions with regard to the disciplining of the children. Of course, your children will call me Dad. They won't call you Dad anymore. They'll call me Dad. I will sleep with your wife. That'll be my prerogative too. I'll have sex with your wife. And what I want you to do is I want you to go out every day and work and earn the money to pay to keep it going. And I want you to be obedient to me. I want you to do as I say and only as I say. And if you do that, then I will agree on certain terms that you will be allowed to stay in the house. You'll be allowed to live in the basement, in a corner of the basement on a cot, if you agree to those terms, with the provision that I have the authority to exile you, to throw you out of your house, or to discipline you any way I choose to discipline you at any time for any reason. Now here's the contract. Just go ahead and sign it, please. And imagine a criminal coming to your door and telling you that. And then you take the contract from his hand and you say, "Well, would it be okay if I think this over first? I'm going to need some time to mull this over and decide whether or not I should sign it." Who in their right mind would do that? You tell the criminal to get the hell off your land, and you'd slam the door in his face, if you had any sense. And if you're living in a state where they still have firearms rights, you might put a load of buckshot into his rear end as he leaves. That's what a sensible person would do. A sensible person wouldn't even need to consider it. It wouldn't be a matter of, well, just let me sleep on this. Just give me 24 hours to think about it, and I'll get back to you. No, I mean, there's virtually nothing good in that agreement for you. You get all the liability and all the responsibility, and without any of the good. Why would you agree to that? You already own your house. Why would you agree to move into a corner of the basement and sleep on a cot? Well, that guy sleeps upstairs in your bedroom in your comfortable bed with your wife. And your children call him Daddy. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense, But that's basically what the WHO is asking us to do. All us people all over the world, that's what it's asking us to do. And so, I don't know. It doesn't surprise me. Like, I don't put much past a criminal. I don't blame a criminal for taking a chance either. If a criminal thinks he can do something and get away with it, I expect that he'll try. So I don't blame a criminal for that. I just say, well, that's just a criminal. That's the way they are. The problem is, our governments are seriously considering agreeing to these things. They're seriously considering agreeing to it. And it's like that I don't understand. Of course, our governments are also run by criminals, I suppose. So maybe they're agreeing out of professional courtesy. We know anyway that most of the world's governments are in on this whole Agenda 2030 plan. So I guess it shouldn't surprise us. They're just co-conspirators, really. That's the only way it makes any sense. As I mean, really, in what universe does it make sense to agree to give up all your autonomy under your own roof and in your own country, on your own land, to some criminal who doesn't deserve it, who hasn't earned it, who hasn't worked for it, and who isn't entitled to it, and especially when you're under no obligation. You have no obligation to give it up to him. If you do, you're just giving him everything as a gift. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's another rant from me. I'm working hard here and getting myself thrown into a concentration camp, as you can see. So, anyway, like I say, nothing would surprise me at this stage. I honestly believe that could happen. But it comes back to what I've said before about follow what I've said many times. You got to follow your conscience. You know, you can't go along with things that you really know are wrong. And in this case, I see a lot of wrong. You know, I see a lot of wrong in a lot of what's happening right now. And I am outspoken against it, and I'm going to continue to be. And I'll let the chips fall where they may. I may pay a serious price for it. I already have paid a price for it in a way. I mean, I have been punished a few times for expressing my point of view in various ways. I've had people mad at me. I've been barred temporarily from social media. I've been threatened. I've had all kinds of things happen. But the bottom line is, you know, I may not be able to live with those other people because I'm speaking out like I am, but I can still live with myself. And the thing is, you can't get away from yourself. You can get away from other people, but you can't get away from yourself. You got to live with yourself 24/7 your entire life. So you better be able to do that, and I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't speak out. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. My chainsaw battery is up at the house charging as we speak. I've started to clear away all the brush, all the small, you know, just from delimbing the bigger limbs, basically. I've managed to clear all that away, or most of it away. I still have some to do. And, yeah, that's about it. Once the chainsaw is recharged, I'll go back at it once the battery's good again. We'll talk to you later.